my fellow Americans, this is former President Barack Hussein Obama, and you're listening to the Mad Titan Podcast. Please be sure to support this young brother from Chicago, Jay Washington, because he's a funny bastard. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
I ignored my destiny once. I cannot do that again. Even for you. I'm the only one who knows that. At least I'm the only one with the will to act on it.
The Mad Titan Podcast with your host, Jay Washington.
What's happening, everybody? I'm back. It is episode 29 of the Mad Titan Podcast with me, your resident supervillain, Mr. Jay Washington. What's going on, people? Thank you guys for coming back, man. Thank you for all the love for everybody heard on episode 28. Everybody that gave some love to Jason Inman. Make sure you go and pre-order his book, Super Soldier. Make sure you go and pre-order that. All the information is in the description for the 28th episode. But we're going to move on this week. I got a lot to talk about, and it's going to get kind of in-depth. So some people might get in their feelings. Some people might not. You already know what this is. First of all, if you don't, this is a show where I get you caught up on everything happening in the Marvel and DC live action and cinematic universes, right? It is barbershop talk for nerds. So I keep shit A100. Basically, I don't give a fuck about your feelings. So if you're going to be all your feelings, this is the wrong goddamn thing for you right now. You know I get a little bit loose and I say how I feel and what I want to. So it's kind of not safe for work unless your bosses just don't give a shit. So let me know what your job is. But yeah, we just keep it real and keep it down to earth. Always, I'm streaming as well on Live AF. You can follow me there at Mr. J Washington. But in studio with me this week, my guest co-host, man, let me tell you something. I want to be like him when I grow up. He is an artist. We just talked about this shit last night. He's an artist. He's a host. You see him on the Screen Junkies universe, as well as one of the hosts of the Nerd Goat podcast. One of my homies who I'm glad I finally get a chance to do this collab with his dumb ass and bring him in here with me, Mr. Ed Greer. What it is, bro?
Hey, man.
Hey, man, you're going to be low. I need you to talk. This mic is here, so I need you to lean up. Or just,
I was going to be more high.
Make your vocals up or something?
I was going to get more energetic.
Oh, you okay, all right.
I'm edging up to it.
Okay, all right.
All right. Now, look, Jay. Number one, why you didn't mention Comedy Central? What's that?
Oh, my apologies. Also, you can catch him. My apologies. Yo, that's like a real nigga, though. No, you can also catch him on the new Negroes on Comedy Central. He's a stand-up comedian as well. My bad for not including this shit.
Dude, you know what, though, for real? The only reason why, like, I have gotten brought up on literal comedy shows these days as an artist. Don't nobody want to see no artist do.
Wait, are you serious?
Dude, because people be looking at my Instagram and, you know, look at the pictures and stuff, be like, wow, this is good. Thank the people who look at that. And please, if you'd like to look at it, at Ed Greer Destroys on Instagram. But, you know what I'm saying? It just seems to be like a lot of people started looking at the art too much.
Yeah, and they just started thinking more of the art than instead of the artist and what the artist does also.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, I know you do a bunch of dope shit. I mean, I saw your pictures and your artwork, and it's phenomenal in my opinion. I definitely love what you do. But yeah, you are a stand-up comic. That's what I know you first and foremost as a comic. And so that's what all the other stuff you do, I always look at it as an extension off stand-up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, because once we get in the nerd world, sometimes people don't understand that the root of why
we're in this world of other shit.
Right. We wasn't just sitting around being like, well, Iron Man 161, blah, blah, blah.
Nope.
That wasn't what we was doing to get involved in this.
Not at all.
We were being funny at places, and people was like, oh, you a nerd too.
Yep. And like, let's talk about this somewhere. That's how I normally have. That's literally how I got started with the whole internet sphere. So it's been cool, man. But what's been going on with you, bro? Let's talk about what's going on with you real quick before we get into this episode, man. I know you've been trying to be busy as shit.
Look, man, you know how it is. Hurry up and wait.
Yep.
So I'm in a hurry up right now, and it's about to turn into a wait. You know what I mean? So I mean that's kind of what's happening right now. I'm trying to young boy trying to get staffed sometimes, but I'm also creating my own show. Mm-hmm. So it's not going to be about me. I don't got the Titanic personality like you, man. I just like to just chillax. I want to create a show, and if I could be in it, cool. If not, cool.
You know what? I'm kind of just saying, like, there's certain shows if I create, I want to be a part of. It's certain things if I decide my mind creates, I know I can't. It's not for me. It's for somebody else.
Right.
So I get that and definitely get the hurry up and wait, especially having been on movie sets and TV sets where they're like, yo, we need you to hurry and get dressed. All right, I'm dressed. All right, we'll come get you when we're ready.
Right.
But an hour, 2 hours. Like, I remember, I know all that. So that's.
Dude, I was about to get on TV and being forgotten sometist. You'd be the forgotten man.
Yep.
Or some kind of big hot shit. You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed.
Because, like, I was about to get on TV and they was like, yo, just go out here, stand up, do this shit. And then it was like, is he going to go to makeup? Oh, we forgot. Okay. It's like, I'm trying to look like a fucking human on TV. Like, what you talking about?
Is he going? He might not need no makeup.
Like what? Everybody looking like pancake faces. I can't get nothing.
I can't get the touch up. I can't get the bronzer.
Dude,
I can't get the
come
even
on,
out
man.
of the skin tone.
Dude.
You know what I'm saying? All right, man. Listen.
I was on Celebrity Name Game and they made a motherfucker look like Cindy Crawford. So what's up? So yeah, sometimes you're the forgotten man, even when you're on some dope shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I get it, bro. But nonetheless, the shit you do, I follow along with it. Just like you say, you follow along with what I do. And I'm happy to see you doing shit, man. I'm so happy to see you making moves.
I saw you doing Comedians You Should Know at the Improv the other
Because
day.
niggas should know I'm a comic and I'm funny, goddamn.
Yeah. I saw you on that. So yeah, look, man. In the black nerd sphere, I'm so glad that they are no longer they, and you know who they are.
Yeah.
All the different purveyors of nerd content.
Yeah.
I am quite glad that they're not looking for the Negro to talk about this stuff anymore.
Yeah, man. Because you know what? I think it's still a fight no matter what. It's still a fight to this day where it's been the whole, we got one, we good.
Right.
And it's like, yo, that don't mean, that's not diversity. That's not saying, yo, you got your one black nerd or one black woman or you got your black nerd woman and you good. Like, no. You
and
can
dude,
have
how
multiple.
often they leave out Latinos in that shit.
Oh, and
you know what I'm saying?
I was going to go there as well.
Yeah.
Like, they consistently, and y'all know who the fuck they is. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There have been many people up at the helms of shit who are white, like white men primarily. Not primarily, white dudes who run shit. And when they don't want to have diversity. They don't want to their idea of diversity is, oh, I got a girl in my group and it's a bunch of my different buddies. But when people are like, yo, the nerd world out here as a whole at large is representative of all colors, races, creeds, genders, everything. And so you should have those representatives on your shows and your program because those are the people identify with and they connect to. And so a lot of them was like, all right, well, since you're doing this big push for diversity, I'll get one black guy and then everybody can be happy. And it's like, no, because we know what the fuck you doing. It's tokenism.
And also, they tend to, when it's only one, and this is one thing I'm running into, and sometimes I think, oh God, am I this dude? Am I the safe Negro that they decided to let on? Because, like, that's why I get so wild at SAU sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just like, this ain't safe. If you came for safety, I ain't your boy.
Bruh, listen, that's
You know what
why
I mean?
that you and I have that exact similar thought process. I'm like, every time I'm on Movie Talk or anything, I'm going to give you my unadulterated thoughts. I'm not going to just bash the shit out of something, but this is what it is. This is not going to be, like you said, it's not going to be playing it safe. So you're like, oh my God, everybody's going to be okay. No, you're going to hear some real shit come out of my mouth from a real dude. You know what I'm saying? So nonetheless, man, I'm going to talk a little bit more about you on that when we do some little work afterwards. And when we get in depth to that, you're going to have to join the Patreon to hear it because y'all going to want to hear exactly what I'm talking. I have the perfect person to go off the perfect way I want to. And if you want to hear this in its full glory, it is going on the Patreon and you need to be a member of the Supervillain Squad. I'll say that for now. So let me go to get it started like I always do with Marvel news. And there's so much, well, it's not a lot, but it's meaty for what I want to talk about. And the first thing is Disney now fully owns Hulu.
No.
Which, let me be honest, that shit, everybody's like, yo, Disney owning everything. That's good. No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
You know what? The creeping monopoly, right? The creeping monopoly, the motherfucking Demolition Man, Taco Bell.
Yeah, everything got every restaurant.
Shit, you know what I mean? Hey, what's up with this young Taco Bell linguine? You know what I mean? Like,
nigga, that just sounds utterly disgusting.
Hey, and that's the same thing as when, like, remember back in the days they was talking about comedy clubs is weird because nobody goes to see comedy. what I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you go to see a certain person, a certain style. But when you up here talking about, oh, I'd like to just go see some comedy, you go run into Paul Mooney one day. You go run into Brian Regan. You go run into whoever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not guaranteed a certain product where you just buy some comedy.
Right.
But now it seems to be with this monopoly, it's like you about to just go buy some entertainment, and it's gonna have a Disney label on it.
No matter what. And I think that's crazy because when we're gonna start looking at everything, starting this summer, I think everything that was Disney we knew was Disney. Everything we knew that was Marvel is still Disney. But now we got Fox properties. Anything that was Fox that you thought was safe, Avatar is a Disney-owned property now. Do you understand how scary that sounds? And when I mean scary is what happened. Applies to writers. For those of us that are writers, you want to write on a project, you want to be able to go to different companies to have different styles and a different type of voice. With one company owning everything, they are going to keep going in-house to the same people.
Yep.
So there will be no opportunities opening up. And that's the bad thing about this. Everybody's like, it's great. A lot of people have been like, oh, well, we're going to get the Fantastic Four and X-Men. Yeah, but guess what? You won't get any new writers.
Dude, it's like, at what cost?
At what cost?
It's like some Native Americans a long time ago. Yeah, we're going to get some blankets. At what cost?
At exactly what cost? But this is another thing about that. Reason I brought it up. I think this means officially that New Mutants will never hit a theater. It is officially going to land in Hulu. And Hulu is going to be Disney's spot for any R-rated content, no matter what it is.
Huh.
Think about it. They got Disney Plus coming out, right?
But yet they can keep the brand separate.
They can keep the brand separate.
Yeah.
You own all this shit.
Right.
But now you put New Mutants there because it's a hard R. That's what they did the quote-unquote reshoots for or whatever they didn't do. But New Mutants goes there. Ghost Rider is going there for a reason. Right. People were like, why is Ghost Rider going to Hulu? Because it's going to be violent as shit, dark. It's going to Hulu. Then if the Netflix heroes are released out their contract in 2021 and Disney acquires them again, they are going there so they can keep that same dark, gritty tone.
Right.
You're not going to put that dark grittiness over on your regular platform with all of the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse episodes still. You know what I'm saying? You don't want the little kids stumbling over that. You don't want Shorty to be like, oh my God, Mommy, I want to see what Donald Duck is. He's getting murdered! Like, you don't want to see no shit like that.
Well, keep the brand separate, and also, and I'm gonna be the dickhead for a minute. The stuff that ain't that good too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're absolutely right.
The shit that they don't want to spend X amount of dollars promoting in on TV and with ads and bus benches and all that stuff. Nah. We throw this mug on Hulu. It's in your TV already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's, and I've said even on SJU, I've said this before. Marvel is in a position. Marvel/Disney is in a position to make money off the Butterfinger bites. And Butterfinger bites is just the leftover crumbs and fucked up shit
when
from
they
making
make it
Butterfingers. The shit that's on the fucking ground.
Yep.
They take it, they bag it up, and they sell it to people who just can't get enough of it.
Yep.
And the thing is, if it don't sell, so what? We was gonna throw that away anyway.
It's throwaway property.
They got Tigra miniseries coming out on the Disney platform. They got Hawkeye. They got the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Anything that you don't quite want to spend the money to put in a movie, but you can fuck around and spend $80 million on 10 episodes. That ain't shit to them.
I don't know why people forgetting that too.
You know
Not to cut you off. People think, they spent $80 million. This is Disney. They make $1 billion projects per year. Several $1 billion projects. $80 million ain't shit.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? So
for something you can get in your TV, pre-installed up in your TV.
Pre-installed in your TV, man. So like I said, I don't think New Mutants is gonna land anywhere but Hulu. Because at first, for the longest, I was like, New Mutants will never see the light of day. Because we barely are getting Dark Phoenix. Let's just keep it real.
Yeah.
And I just got, as I'm recording this, it is on Friday, May 17th. I just got the press screening invite for Dark Phoenix today. And when I saw it, I said, well, here we go. I said, well, here we go.
Well, I mean, as in, we gonna go to be gone. Right,
and it's still Fox's screening invite. It wasn't Disney though. That was the one thing that was about it. It was like, here's Fox's screening invite for this film.
But you know what though? On some real shit, this is what I think about this Monopoly shit. Because I've been really thinking about it in the back of my mind as we've been talking. The whole thing about one company owning everything. It's sort of been like that for our natural lives. As long as we've been alive, there has been, hey man, I make ketchup, missiles, and Archie Bunker. You know what
Heinz,
I mean?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's been like that to a certain degree.
Yeah.
But it used to be all these different shingles hid that.
Yeah.
Your little Fox will do this type of movie. Fox will do a little ultra-violent Mr. and Mrs. Smith, whatever. You know, pardon me if that's not the studio that produced it, but I think it was.
I think it was. I think it is Fox.
What I'm saying? They'll do these like, oh, we got this hyper-violent thriller type stuff that we'll do that Disney won't do. And this company has this type of stuff that Disney won't do. Disney will do this type of movie better than any movie, so every movie stays away from it for the most part, except back in the days before they absorbed Pixar.
Yeah.
And like DreamWorks tried to fuck with them for a little while, and DreamWorks is still in the fight.
They're still, they're
definitely in the fight. All I'm saying is, it used to be more like New Line. Remember the personality of New Line as a company? Remember the personality of Miramax as a company?
Before they got absorbed?
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, they used to have, it still was owned. Even when Miramax was rolling high, they were owned by bigger people.
Yeah.
But they still allowed us the illusion of that shit was different, that the different shingles meant something.
Yeah.
And now that's fading away, and that's what's fucking us up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The illusion is fading away. Not the fact that it ain't been like that.
Yeah.
The illusion is
the
fading
curtain is
away.
being pulled back.
Right.
Yeah, the curtain is being pulled back on everything, so we'll see. Speaking of Disney and their Fox, the Gambit movie, praise God, is officially no more. Look, I know I sound like a hater. I get it. Because there's some people like, yo, I want to see what Channing Tatum could do. I don't want to see Channing Tatum struggle with the Cajun accent. I didn't. I was anti this shit from the first announcement. If you follow
somebody cue up "Pray on Your Downfall." They pray.
Yup.
They pray.
Nigga, yup. I was this nigga from the jump. If anybody who's a listener back on the Trusty Sidekick, you knew I was like, fuck this movie. Like, I just didn't want it to happen.
Gambit has the goal. Pray on my downfall.
Nigga, I didn't want Gambit to be doing dance moves from Step Up to the Streets and shit while he's throwing cards.
Hey, you don't like that motion read bullshit, you know?
Nigga, no. Absolutely.
Dude, but I'm an old school Gambit hater. And you know what? But you know what? I do acquiesce to the fact that I started hating Gambit the most when Gambit was in like the Danger Room and like an annual, I think. And he fucked Wolverine up. Wolverine came up talking some shit, and they was both in the Danger Room, and he fucked Wolverine up. And I was like, this is some bullshit. They just, you know what I'm saying? Because when you were a kid and you don't like Wolverine, you're a weirdo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're a kid that don't like Wolverine, you're a weirdo.
Your life is really challenging. We need to discuss this in therapy, but go ahead.
Right. So anyway, he fucked him up, and I was just like, wait a minute. They just put this dude over. You know what I'm saying? And I applied my wrestling mind to it. I was like, oh, they just put him over. And I was just like, I hated him and his stupid accent. And that one time he used his powers cool when he fucked up Gladiator in that old X-Men issue. He charged up a whole pack of cards and blasted a Gladiator in his stomach. That was the best thing Gambit ever did. And then I'll be watching videos where they say Gambit is an Omega level mutant and all that shit. I don't fuck with Gambit. Thank you for not fucking with Gambit. Especially not in this iteration. Any news pop up?
Well, yeah, I'm going to get to that later. I just wanted to make sure I had it. But yeah, I'm one of those people who, even though I did not like him, I hated it because I hated the movie as a whole. Taylor Kitsch in X-Men Origins Wolverine. I would have liked to see what they could have done a little bit more with him. I just want to see a little bit more, but also at the same time, I'm like, the Gambit story is a good one. It's a Romeo and Juliet with movies,
right? You
know, star-crossed lovers, Guild of Assassins versus Guild of Thieves. It's a lot of violence, love, based in New Orleans. It could be a lot of good shit. But
I would love to revisit that if we can see Homegirl jump up on Captain Marvel, get too much powers, fry herself out, be like, oh damn,
Rogue.
I'm Rogue. Rogue is chilling with Gambit. Now that we can introduce it, since the Monopoly done ate everything, Pac-Man done ate out of power pellets. Since that's the case, just take your fucking time and do it right, because we've seen the power of taking your time, and doing it right.
No, you're absolutely correct. I mean, we can do it, and I don't know if they'll revisit this idea, especially with Disney, because I think they have already got their mindset on what they have going forward, especially with their slates. Yeah. And I know the X-Men is a part of that, but I don't know how many solo X-Men projects we're getting. Like, everybody now believes down the line we'll get X-Men versus Avengers. I'm not sure we'll get a whole movie of that at all.
Yeah, I'm not sold on that at all.
I think we'll get something teasing it, but we won't get a film of it.
Some things belong in the comic books. If you notice how different the movies are very different from the comic books. They take the best parts of the comic books,
yes,
and they expand on things that the comic books can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No matter how well somebody draws, they can't draw as good as Robert Downey Jr. can act. You know what I'm saying? So they'll have more parts where their masks come off and stuff, so that they can emote and act and show like more story than you could get from a comic book. And they improve certain aspects of the comic book.
Absolutely.
Everybody said this, but I didn't fuck with Iron Man. Like, not like that.
I want to know who really did. I hate when people be like, yo, Iron Man was the shit. Nobody cared about Iron Man.
Back in the days, all I knew about Iron Man was that nigga was always on 17% energy. Every motherfucking time this motherfucker show up, he on 17% energy. Oh, damn, my energon's fucked up. I need this such and such and such. Oh, man. That was every time. He would be getting beat by somebody like Whiplash or something. 17% energy. Help me out. You know what I mean? So like I knew him as that guy, and even in the movies he's been that guy. But then they let him be Omega level at the end. He was just doing nano magic basically at the end. But like it was a progression though.
Yeah.
Which was dope.
Yeah, I mean it was. We'll see what happens with that. This is kind of Marvel / DC news, but I feel like I'll put it in the Marvel category. So James Gunn has recently opened up about his firing. He did an interview with Deadline, and he talked about how he felt and everything that went on with him. He talked about how the being fired and the breakup felt like going through the breakup of his marriage, his divorce, and the pain he went through and the hurt. And
also the self-flagellation.
Yeah.
He was really mad at himself. For fucking the game up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
But see, here's the part about that. And I've always been on the pro James Gunn side with all this. The tweets that we all saw that subsequently got him fired were tweets that were already addressed once he got hired to do Guardians 1. So the only thing he got fired for was not deleting the tweets.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if Disney has already been, we already brought this up to Disney. We've had this discussion. You let this man film one movie, write a movie, film a movie, write the second movie, film the second movie, be a consultant on these Avengers films. You're past that pretty much.
Right.
But it's only because of the outrage culture we have nowadays where everybody was like, well, shit, we got to do something.
Right.
And so, but for him to take onus to it and how, he felt bad about it, how hurt he was, and the fact that he even said when we all were hearing rumors about him being up for shit, he was hearing the rumors too, so he didn't even know.
Right.
He was finding out like we was finding out. He said he didn't watch the news. He stayed away from social media as much as he could, which I do not blame him.
Right.
Because this shit...
I can't fathom being famous enough to have almost everybody talking about you. Even a minute. And
you got a Twitter account or Instagram or Facebook, and all you got is these messages and replies nonstop. You can't even use your phone like a normal human being.
It's just blowing up.
As much as I love talking to people on social media, if that was to happen, this shit'll go on deactivate for the moment. Let me know when I can reactivate this with the same amount of people.
Well, dude, but like I said, and I said this on SJU, and people got bent out of shape, but I was like, when you are a filmmaker, an author, a personality like us, any of these things, you are representing the company that will eventually be working with you.
Yes, you are.
Unless you are committing to Too Short, In the Trunk, E40, In the Trunk, MC Hammer for a while, In the Trunk, record producing. Unless you about to be about it like that, protect your corner, keep people off your corner while you're selling your mixtape, unless you about to be about it like that, then you're going to have to work with a corporation, right? At least for distribution.
Oh, absolutely,
correct?
Absolutely.
So that being the case, corporation then has a vested interest in your public perception.
Yeah.
So even right now, when you are not invested in a company and you're tweeting and you're doing this and you're doing that, you're representing that company you're eventually going to meet, like Looper, motherfucker. Mm-hmm. It's the Looper shit. You're eventually going to meet a conglomerate.
Yeah.
Okay? If you're successful.
I want to steer away from this for a hot second. This is some shit I normally don't talk about on here, but I was scrolling through making sure I still had more news come up. And this just irked the dog shit out of me. Kanye West and Kim Kardashian have named their new baby. The baby's name is Psalm West. I hate the fuck out of y'all.
Psalm West?
Like Psalm, Psalm, like ALM, like Psalm and a psalm in the Bible. Like, nigga, no. Like, look, I've been a ride or die advocate for Ye because having kicked it with him back in Chicago.
Right.
I've been rocking with my mans. When he named the baby North, I was like, okay, you doing directions. And then he named the baby, whatever Surrey was. But now your baby is named Psalm. Like, I'm not going to even call your baby Psalm. It's Psalm. Stop. I understand y'all had this kid by a surrogate. You need to stop, okay? You need to stop. I just felt like I needed.
But you know what? That kid, besides maybe social media, that kid will never run into anybody who doesn't think that that's cool. Because that's how insular that kid's life is.
Yeah, you're going to have the cool. Oh my God, you're Psalm West. Your mother's Kim Kardashian and your father's Kanye West. And they named you Psalm. You have a sister named North. Look, when Beyonce gave birth to Blue Ivy, I literally tweeted out, congratulations, Beyonce has given birth to the 67th Crayola Crayon. Because that's what I felt today when that baby was. But I just wanted to say that. I saw it. But yeah, Jesus Christ. Cloak and Dagger has been going well on Freeform. Have you watched Cloak and Dagger?
You know, I haven't. You know what? I got to say, when I saw it announced on Freeform, I was like, let it last before I fuck with it. That's kind of what my attitude was.
Okay.
And I've seen more than enough people talk about it to really pique my interest. I'm a big Cloak and Dagger fan in the comic books.
Right.
I know so much about them, but I would like to know about the modern interpretation.
Dude, when I first heard Cloak and Dagger was coming, I was like, dope. When I heard it was coming to Freeform, I was like, no. Because I thought it was going to be Dawson's Creek with superpowers because it's Freeform.
Exactly.
And so when I watched the series premiere, I was like, this is dark. This looks like Netflix. Yeah. And I watched the first one. I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. Maybe it's just this one to grab people and it might fall off. Watched the second one and it kept holding up. And I was like, okay, this is good.
Huh.
The story is written well. The acting from Aubrey Joseph and Olivia Holt is phenomenal. Is a great story. Season 2, I'm like, I'm here for this. So it's a good story. I've tried to catch up on it. It's a lot going on there. A lot of things about voodoo again, being in New Orleans. But it's a good story, so I highly recommend y'all check that out. Have you been back up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I don't really fuck with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And
what?
you know what I hated about
What?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Go ahead.
They decided, remember when they decided to use Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as the motherfucking
the conduit between every movie at first?
Well, no, the conduit between every movie. And also, like, this is what everybody else was doing. My girl watches it.
Yeah.
So I watch it. So it's like what Jules say. My girl's a vegetarian.
So I'm a vegetarian.
Right. So my girl watches it, and I'm up on it. But I just the whole Inhuman director situation and Ghost Rider popping up and just the weird little ghost dudes that were the ghost scientists. Half-Life scientist dudes and shit.
Yeah.
I just kind of fell off when it was like that. You know what I mean? I was like, I really can't fuck with this.
So my biggest issue with Inhumans, I mean not Inhumans, Jesus Christ, there was every issue with Inhumans. With Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was, like we said, when it came out, it was that conduit between the movies because we didn't have that many movies.
Right.
So it was like you said, this is what else is happening that you don't see. I'm fine with it, right? Then they started getting to the point where it didn't follow the movie theories anymore. And all of a sudden, it was like, it's its own thing. And you're like, wait, huh? How? That's not possible. This has to go with the... Wait, what?
And why? And some of it just got so where why wouldn't some of these other people intervene? And it's like, it's a delicate balance.
Yeah.
To keep a level of story where, nah, this is human business. Get out of here with your metal suit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here with your hammer. We can handle this. This is for us. Only we can handle this. They do a good job of that in the movies. When them fools was fucking up Vision and Scarlet Witch and a bunch of regular ass humans showed up and fucked them up. Marvel knows how to put over regular humans. I just didn't.
You talking about but it was Captain America, the Black Widow, and the Falcon though.
Okay, fine. Three out of them, or 2 out of them is a regular person. One got a rocket pack and one got some stingers they didn't even use. She was sliding on the ground with regular human skills, snatching up spears. You know what I'm saying? She's cool.
Hey, man, Captain America had a beard. Captain America had a beard, nigga. That's going to be the most important.
The power of the beard.
He had a beard, the luxury. Hey, for him to be on the run for over years, his beard was full and luxurious and trimmed.
Captain America can't look ratty. You know what I mean?
Yes, I want to see Captain America look like a dude named Ted, whose wife just left him. He don't give a shit.
His pride and him being in the military and stuff, even when he grew out a beard, it was trimmed in the mug. You're right. His pride can't even help. He can't help it. He can't help it. First thing he's doing in Endgame. What's
he's shaving. That mug is in the mirror. We didn't even see the full shave. We just saw the ending results.
Hey, man, screenwriting. Get in late, leave early.
But nonetheless, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. 6 seasons going. I'm going to post up my interview with Ming-Na Wen I did at C2E2 back in Chicago. She was a blast. I had so much fun with her, and I enjoyed the show for what it is. But sometimes I'm like, y'all need to help and bring me back to it.
I mean, she's a superstar. I love the fact that they
is a star.
Kind of shake her up and throw her at people.
Hey, she works though.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
It's almost like Cassandra Cain in DC, right?
Yes.
Batman used to be like, okay, I got to defuse a bomb over here. There's 50 guys in a warehouse that need to get beat up. You handle the 50 guys. I'll go over and mess with this bomb. And that was like a logical thing to be doing with her because that's what her job was. They use her like that in the show. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, that's true. Now let's go. So I talked about Legion last episode. It's coming out in June. I can't wait for that. I'm mad that it's his final season, but if it's going to go out with Noah Hawley writing it, I'm good. All right, here we go. Big talk of this show. Didn't know if I was going to ever have to do this, but let's talk about some DC news heavily. I was just on DC movie news first and foremost. We have a Batman. We officially have a Batman. It's Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Okay. I know I even made the joke. I said, ain't much of a Dark Knight if you sparkling in the shadows. I know I made the Twilight joke.
Right.
It's an easy joke to make. You could have made Harry Potter jokes. However, since Twilight, that man's career has taken a whole different turn to show he is a different level of actor. He can be brooding, what we need out of a younger Bruce Wayne.
Right.
Also, it is a younger Bruce Wayne.
Right.
People have been talking about, oh, he is too young for the role. He's not too young for the role when the role is calling for a younger person. He is also the youngest person to ever play Bruce Wayne and Batman. So what are your thoughts on Robert Pattinson being your Batman?
Well, number one, let me just say, I am kind of absolutely excited. Now, I gotta say, I've never, besides maybe Christian Bale, gotten a Batman I actually believe could fuck anybody up. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Batfleck, if he got his mitts on you, he could do some damage. But you know what I'm saying? As far as like, this is the Bruce Wayne that will fuck you up for a living.
Yeah.
I hadn't got that until Christian Bale.
Right.
And then, in my personal opinion, the action direction betrayed me, and I never really got to see him be slick until something like BVS.
Yeah.
Then Batman's being slick, but then he's murdering fools. It's like, I'm always getting one step forward, 2 steps back. You know
well,
what I'm
I felt
saying?
like the murdering part was this. He was 25 years worth of being Batman. At the point, just beating motherfuckers to death.
Right.
Beating motherfuckers up ain't gonna cut it. So look, if you gotta kill somebody, it's Gotham. You just gotta kill somebody.
Well, part of me hates both sides of that debate. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
well, he don't kill, and then like, nah, he should murder. But well, if you're too far on either side of that, you're not acknowledging like what could really happen.
Absolutely.
When shit's going
Fair.
down
Very
out
fair.
there.
Very
You know
fair.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is like, I love that Batman, but like now I think it is time for somebody I could actually buy as an intellectual as Batman.
And I think that's what Robert Pattinson is gonna give us. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying, though. I think for once, we'll have somebody you could buy as an intellectual, and you could buy as somebody at the beginning of something, so maybe we can see him be a little bit less Bat-God. You know what I mean? Like, I think Batman Begins did a really good job of showing him trying to learn the ropes, but I think this could take a little more time with that, because you got to know that it takes a little... That's the one thing DC always does. I just feel like DC's always in a rush. And not because they're competing with Marvel. Take that out of the equation. Even the very first time they tried to do Batman, the tremendously successful Batman 1989.
Yeah.
He's already a fixture. He's been doing it for a few weeks. Nobody knows how he did it. He's got all this stuff. Where'd he get all those toys? We're not going to attempt to explain it. I'm not saying they should have. I'm just saying they're already... They're so... You know what I'm saying? They're so far in fast forward mode. Since the beginning, it's like their company personality. So if they just take a fucking minute and show this dude learning how to detect, learning how to do X, or fuck it, he's already a detective. Show me a moving movie of him detecting and making a difference.
And that's what the Matt Reeves movie is.
Right.
It is a noir-driven, detective-based film. So You're going to see some Batman action, yes, but you're more so getting a detective. You know, he's got to solve a case or cases. Well, I'm cool with it. Here's where I get upset. The announcement came out last night, okay, as we're recording this. As of today, there have been petitions. There is, of course, because people want to make fucking petitions. There is a petition that has 500,000 signatures for him not to be Batman, for him to be replaced. Excuse me. Here's why I say this. It's bullshit. What do you think that's going to do? Why are you signing the petition? Because you're mad at a casting choice. Do you think the studios really give a shit about your quote-unquote anger? They don't. You know why? Because it's the director's decision. The director feels he fits for that role. So what, you don't like it? You know what? As much as you're mad about it, and I'm talking to anybody who may be a fan of this podcast, who may be watching because I'm streaming on Live AF right now. So what, you're mad? At the end of the day, you're still going to go see this movie. I don't care what nobody says. All the people are like, I'm not going to see it. Yes, you are.
Right.
Yes, you are. I think, and the fact that my other reason to being upset, petition.org, what they consider, petitionandchange.org, were meant to try to enact change and get people together on real issues, real things that needed to be dealt with and addressed.
Right there. That's the most important point. Kick it. Yep.
That was the number one. They are meant to be real things. And the fact that people keep doing this with bullshit things because their fandom can't handle it, their sensitivity can't handle it. Game of Thrones, the Batman now. What's going to happen is when real issues come up that need to have people get together and organize for a petition and stuff, they're not going to be held as viable. Because you wasted all of its vitalness being petty over a casting choice that has nothing to do with you.
Oh, well, I mean, it's the cheapening of everything. From film criticism, sorry to say.
Yeah.
From film criticism to just basically interaction, right? Twitter has made it possible for people to continuously, and when it was with Barack Obama, I felt like it was a bad thing. When it's Trump, I don't know. But you could tweet at the president all day.
Yeah.
You could literally send messages to the president.
Directly to the president.
All day.
Yeah.
So when people have that amount of entitlement, they feel like they're entitled to anything and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I get to tell Warner Brothers what they need to do. Hey, you got a piece of gum? Let me tell you how to chew it.
Yeah.
They are there to tell you their dumbass opinion, and sometimes it's a great opinion, sometimes it's a bad opinion. The bottom line is, all the opinions, I gotta say, this concept that everybody's opinion is as valuable as everybody else's opinion is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Mm-hmm. If indeed you know something, or have, or at least have experience in critiquing something for years and years and years, your opinion means more than some jackass from somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we've thrown away all, in an attempt to seem like we're trying to be egalitarian, we have made us be ruled by the dumbest of us. The dumbest of us make the most noise. They're banging on 10 drums all the damn time. Mm-hmm. So in an attempt to be egalitarian, we've let actual inmates run
the running asylum.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that part sucks, with everybody being able to talk about every damn thing.
It's really upsetting. It's real frustrating because, like you said, it takes away the validity of what this has been for. It takes away from it. And I know people always say, well, it's only a small amount of
people.
people.
We're comics, though. We are comics, and we believe in dues, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't believe in no dues. They have no conception of it.
Yeah.
8-year-old motherfuckers, I'm little whoever the fuck. I'm on TV. I'm on YouTube with a stack of fake money next to a rented Maserati. That's people's, you know what I'm saying, conception of success.
Yeah.
A 7-year-old that came out the womb somehow successful.
Yeah.
So these long stories of journeys, these trying to build up enough clout, enough actual clout.
Yeah.
From deeds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Nowadays, Hercules wouldn't bend the motherfucking ocean to clean the Aegean stables or beat up the fucking Hydra. He'd just get a YouTube channel and talk about the fucking shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, matter of fact, I just want to say for the record, Hercules with a YouTube channel be dope as fuck. I'm coming here. What's happening, bitches? I'm Zeus's son, Hercules. I'm here with my nice hair and these strong man tits.
Yeah.
Today, I was gonna bend some shit, but I'm gonna flex on these motherfuckers.
Yeah. Hey, I'm laying up on this impenetrable lion hide.
You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, you want to know what I did to the lion? Cut to the tape.
And there be some Kimbo Slice shit between him and the motherfucking
It
lion.
worked up on the lion fist balled up.
In the backyard in Florida, fucking that lion up.
and the lion take a hit to the jaw. He like,
Oh shit! Motherfucker turned into Cringer and shit. So anyway, so the bottom line is, like, yeah, everybody getting to comment on everything. I love the fact that we can all interact.
Yeah.
And I love the fact when it's respectful. But a petition to change Game of Thrones, to change Batman, to change, go make something.
make it your
piece
goddamn
of
shit. Make it yourself. You think it can be so? My voice is powerful. Take your voice, raise 10, 20 million, $100 million, get the production together yourself, and make the fucking film.
Yeah. I mean,
Choking some dynamite.
These days, even talented people have crowdfunded shit.
Yes, they have.
Even talented people crowdfund shit these days. And if you do have an audience that is that big, do not be slaves to some corporation. Make your own corporation. Enslave someone else. I don't know. The bottom line is, do your thing and shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I'm with you 100% on that, man. Speaking of the Batman, so like I said, we just announced that there is a Batman. There is also rumor of who the villains will be. You notice I say villains.
Okay, okay, this is interesting. Go.
Okay.
Who are they?
So, this is from slashfilm.com. They say now say this came from the Heat Vision report off of the Hollywood Reporter. It says, Matt Reeves is still tweaking his script, which is rumored to have at least 2 villains. The Penguin being one of them. Now, according to sources, one is telling us that there will be around a half dozen villains, while hearing another perfect character is making an appearance in the script as well.
Huh.
So, it looks like we're getting a reunion of the Batman Returns squad. Batman, Penguin, and Catwoman. And if we do that, and Penguin does not say, "You are just the pussy I was looking for," I hate this whole movie. I hate this whole movie. I just want to...
What, you gonna make a fucking petition?
I'll make a petition to put... I'm gonna make a petition that says, make sure, just the little pussy I was looking for is in this script. That's all I want. I don't give a shit if Batman is juggling condoms on his head. I just want... just a little pussy I was looking for. So, 6 villains potentially in this movie. What do you think about that?
I mean, me personally, I think Batman movies have been villain-centric for a really long time, in my personal opinion.
Yes.
Like, it's when you compare the screen time that Batman, not Bruce Wayne on a fucking motorcycle or in a fucking Lamborghini, okay? Not Bruce Wayne on a boat with ballerinas. Not him in a boardroom talking to fucking Rutger Hauer, okay?
You sound hostile.
But Batman in a Batman suit with the Al Jolson makeup under his eyes to make sure it matched with the mask. You know what I mean? The whole shit, him with the Batman.
Yeah.
Batman has had so much less screen time than goddamn James Bond.
Yes, he
than
has.
motherfucking Indiana Jones. Any of these motherfuckers, they got their own John motherfucking Wick.
Yep.
Okay? So I am very ready for a movie that is centric about a dude conquering these punk ass motherfuckers with their goofy ass gimmicks. You got a stitch together costume, bitch. I got $1 million costumes. Get the fuck out of my face with your stitch together costume. He needs to smack these fucking 6 assholes up, and we need to concentrate on what he's doing more than what they doing. Because we've been concentrating on these losers for the last 25 fucking years. Concentrate on what the fuck Robert Pattinson and the homies and the stunt coordinators is doing. Concentrate on that shit.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was Ed Greer telling you, get y'all shit together. No, I agree. I agree with everything you said. I don't think I can go any further with that. We do need to see more Batman.
Right.
And I think the problem is, in the actors we have cast as Batman, the production companies, Warner Brothers, and the studios believe people need to see the actor more. And you're like, no, that's not what the film is about.
Right.
Your film is called Batman. For a reason. It is not called Bruce Wayne.
Dude, Ryan Reynolds is, say whatever you want to say. But according to the chicks I talked to, Ryan Reynolds is more handsome than basically anybody they've ever had play Batman. And they cover his face up the whole fucking movie.
He is covered up nonstop. It is maybe, if you look at how much you see Wade Wilson's actual face in Deadpool 1 and Deadpool 2, it is maybe a total of 45 minutes. For a total
of 2 whole movies,
which is about 4 hours almost.
Right.
But that's Ryan Reynolds understanding the character.
Exactly.
That's Ryan Reynolds understanding, like, yeah, I know who I am.
But that gets to that greater gripe, though, which is so funny. Because if I was an actor, I would obviously want it to be like this and stay like this. But they always find a reason for the motherfuckers to take off their mask. They be in the middle of combat. Boop! Take off the mask. Let's have an active
So how do you
moment.
feel? Right.
We in the middle of gunfire. But I'm going to take my helmet off.
You got to breathe. You breathing heavily any other time. And all of a sudden, you got to be like, whew. So look, shit. I need to look you eye to eye for this shit. Look, say, whew. I'm fucking sweating under here. Look, I know I wear this shit every day. But look, you got to see my face.
Just imagine how effective, spoiler alert, the Infinity War death of Peter Parker would have been if he had his mask on. With his fucking little eyes being like,
oh, look, the robot eyes shaking in. Oh, shit, they closing. And Karen is like, bitch. What the fuck? Hey, to all the viewers that are watching on Live AF while you're listening to me record this, I'm sorry I can't acknowledge every single one of you guys. Good evening that are coming in. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for enjoying this craziness with us. Oh my God. Let me move on to the next story. So I am a victim of this clickbait headline per se, because everybody posted this story, sounded like a great story, and it was true, that Michael Rooker had joined the cast of the Suicide Squad as King Shark. Now, Rooker and Gunn have always had this relationship. No matter what film Gunn does, Rooker is in it.
Yeah.
So no ifs, ands, and buts about it. So to hear Rooker is King Shark in the Suicide Squad, you're like, well, Yondu's dead, so of course he's going to go over there. Well, Michael Rooker said, nah, fam, I'm not King Shark. So everybody thinks that means Michael Rooker is not in the movie. Michael Rooker never said that. He just said, I'm not King Shark. He didn't deny that he wasn't in the movie.
Right.
But nobody seems to catch that part.
Well, dude, okay, but can I get assassinated in your comment section for a second?
Oh shit, here we go.
Okay, I definitely understand the want and the need to make one of those Suicide Squad characters besides Deadshot black or something else. You know what I mean? But Killer Croc is not the person to be black. I'm sorry. He's like a fucking Florida Gator wrestling man in a fucking circus.
Well, I'm gonna just say this. No, before you feel like you're gonna get cussed out in the comments, everyone who knows me knows how I feel about this. They made Killer Croc a nigger.
Boom.
With
boom,
an ER.
Boom.
And it was
motherfucker George Clooney and the motherfuckers. ER. You're right.
Yeah, with the ER. and I say that because there is no reason. Hey, not me, shouted. I'm beautiful. Or you get to get one thing. What do you want? BT. No.
Hey, and as a person who, humble brag, was just on BET, no diss to BET. But don't act like, what I'm saying is, don't act like that's the first thing any prison nigga will ever ask for. Is all I'm saying.
First thing he's not asking no BET.
That's not.
Because you know what? BET ain't been the same.
Dude, that's just the fundamentally wrong thing to have a nigga or nigger ask for.
And it was just, and that goes to David Ayer, who was the writer and director of the first Suicide.
But David Ayer been peddling fake street for 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? He wrote that motherfucking Young Training Day script. You know what I'm saying? So he's got a lot of clout, right?
Yeah.
But he, as a director and as an outside of shit like that, he's been peddling this fake street aesthetic. I used to be in the Marines. I know cops. Bullshit. Fuck all that. You saw that he can't handle the effects budget, and shit like that, and the action direction.
Yeah,
you got a motherfucker named Juggernaut or whatever the fuck, and he's running up and he's getting his head blown off for no reason. Whatever.
Yo, they cast Adam Beach. They cast Adam Beach just to say we brought in a Native American actor. Are you happy now?
Right.
This Smog died quicker than Omar Epps died in the beginning of Scream 2. If everybody watches the beginning of Scream 2, they put Omar Epps in the billing like he was going to be in this movie.
He died quicker than Sean Wayne's A Scary Movie.
He didn't even make the opening credits. Do you understand how terrible? But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so all I'm saying is that dude obviously couldn't handle that. You know what I mean? He couldn't handle that. So in the hands of James Gunn, I think, I don't know, they would get a lot of flack for it, but if homeboy Michael Rooker showed up as Killer Croc, I would fucking love that shit. I would love an actual cool take on the character if you're going to insist on that. I would also love to see Bronze Tiger. I would also like to see a lot of shit.
So, I'm going to bring that up to you about Bronze Tiger. So, right now, we have the cast of, this is the cast that's been announced. Margot Robbie's reprising her role as Harley Quinn. Margot Robbie, I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's the chick that's Harley Quinn. Mm-hmm. Joel Kinnaman is reprising his role as Rick Flag. I hope he is shot in the face. What? David Dashmillan is Polka Dot Man. Idris Elba is Untitled. John Cena is in it, and he's Peacemaker. Jai Courtney is returning as Captain Boomerang. Viola Davis is returning as Amanda Waller. Daniela Melchior is going to be Ratcatcher. I really believe that Idris Elba is Bronze Tiger.
Yeah.
I believe he's Bronze Tiger.
I can see that.
I believe he's Bronze Tiger because they said he's not King Shark.
What if they make him Catman?
He's not King Shark.
The stream just froze, guys. That wasn't him freezing with fear.
He's not King Shark. He's not Deadshot. Jesus fucking. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking goodness.
Well, if he's Catman, dog, he got like all kind of cat powers and shit. He got like little cats.
I'm gonna need you to get the fuck out of my house.
He got like little cats. He got like tigers. He can ride one, He-Man style. You know what I mean? Just no. I can't even agree along with this shit. I can't even go along with it. Like no. You know, in improv, you're always taught yes and to keep the scene going. I couldn't keep this one going. It's just like no. So, oh my Jesus Christ. Shit.
So yeah, if they did do Michael Rooker as a new Killer Croc, because we didn't know that it was the dude that played Adebisi in the first place, unless you knew it, you didn't have to see his face. And it would be kind of hilarious to see Michael Rooker say, "Where's my BET?" Like,
see, and that puts a whole different twang on it.
It puts a whole different twang on it.
And Michael Rooker is good at playing, let's just say it, racist and pseudo-racist people. He's good at it.
You know what's sad about that? Because you say that, him and Sam Rockwell, like, you're good at being racist.
Dude, can I say something real quick on the Sam Rockwell thing?
About him coming back as Justin Hammer?
About him coming back as another fucking racist in that movie. You won an Oscar just a minute ago for playing a racist.
And now you a new racist.
You gonna do the trick again?
Hey, he was like, look, this racism that got me the award.
This racism lane is just strong.
This racism is profitable.
Dude, and dude, let me tell you something. This is a true fact of life. I don't want to sound racist myself.
Oh shit, here we go, ladies. I just want to say before you say something, ladies and gentlemen, the thoughts and opinions of Ed Greer you're about to hear are not those reflective of Jay Washington and the Mad Type Podcast.
Absolutely. And here they go. No white person should win an Oscar for playing a racist for the next 70 fucking years.
This is very true. This is very true.
No.
You know what?
It's over.
It's over. Like, look, we can't be congratulating and commending and appreciating your terribleness.
No.
He played the hell out of a racist. No. The way he's talking about them naggers.
Yeah.
He's like,
no.
Wow, that's not
no thanks. But Michael Rooker, I'm glad that he's in it. I'm glad Idris Elba's in it. I think they're both upgrades over whoever the hell they're going to be replacing.
Yeah, so it's going to be good. We're looking forward to see what happens about that. We got an official Batwoman trailer. Did you see the trailer of Batwoman?
I did.
What you think about it?
I watched the whole thing.
What you think about it?
I think it's very upfront in a lot of what it's about.
Yeah.
And I do like that. And I do kind of even like the fact that they kind of changed her into, for necessary reasons, a legacy character.
Yeah.
Rather than, and I do know that they're going to get, she's a contemporary. And she will shut up and just appreciate the fact that this woman is stepping into these shoes capably, according to the show's mythology. And let's just see where it goes. Because I got to say, when Arrow first started, I was like, look, man, Arrow was another fucking kung fu cracker. They around the time that Judd Winnick was writing them.
Yes, it was.
Arrow was just doing his thing. And his girl, with the
Black Canary.
she was the karate person, right?
Yeah.
But then, and homeboy was ill with the bow. He was like Robin Hood. Then all of a sudden, every white boy need a kung fu makeover. Even Spider-Man doing Spider Fu. You know what I'm saying? So everybody...
Wait. Spider Fu?
He got a kung fu makeover. Look it up. Marvel Unlimited. Sorry. Anyway, so the bottom line, you ain't getting no sponsorship from them just yet.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But the bottom line is, everybody get this kung fu makeover. So he got this whack ass kung fu makeover, and I hated it. I rejected it. Yeah. Then I watched that young show, especially the first 2 seasons when they was like, it seemed like they stunt team was on some Raid Redemption.
Yeah.
And boy, I liked that. Yes, I got into it.
Yeah. I love the first couple seasons of Arrow. We're going to get into the Arrowverse in a hot second as a full. Here was my only issue I had with the Batwoman trailer. My only issue, and it might be just me nitpicking. It's an origin story. But the problem is she's already been introduced in the crossover. Now, unless the pilot starts out where we are having her reflect on herself because she's already Batwoman.
I mean, I think they're probably going to go with that.
You get what I'm saying?
Even with Arrow, it was like, yo, man, I used to be on this island and I used to be rich. Let me tell you this big long story. Hold on. It's like Malcolm in the Middle.
Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. So, why did I just start singing the theme song? Can you repeat the question? You're not the boss. Anyway, but with Arrow, it was a purpose to show the 5 years of how he became the hero that he, ended up being. And I get that. We don't know how long she's been Batwoman before this. We just know that there's always been rumors of a Batman. My thing is, normally when they introduce a character in these crossovers, it's a backdoor pilot.
Right.
It's already a backdoor pilot. It may not be a full pilot. Like the Flashes was definitely a backdoor pilot. We saw what led up to him getting shocked and to get that. And I'm fine with that. But I don't want this whole entire series to be a flashback leading up to this. Leading up to when she shows up in the crossover. Because she's going to show up in the crossover again in the Crisis on Infinite Earths. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So maybe the first 2-3 episodes you play catch up. Maybe you do that. That's cool. But this is just me personally, though. This is just me personally.
Right.
Like, I love what it looked like. I love the way it looks. I love how she starts out wearing Bruce's suit.
Right.
I love how she starts out wearing Bruce's suits. And Luke Fox is like, okay, what else? She was like, no, I'm not letting no man take credit for what a woman does.
Yeah.
I want to know where Luke finds the wig. That's all I need to know. Because see
the young brother with glasses going to the, excuse me, Party City, do you have some garish?
Hello, is this Sally's Beauty Supply? Look, I know y'all hook up the sisters, right? I got this sort of white chick with a fade that kind of need a wig. It's going to go under a helmet. I can't tell you what it's for, but it got to kind of stand out. What kind of color wig?
Why don't more men superheroes use wigs? Like, the first time Lex Luthor showed up, he should have had, like, a big afro or something. You know what I mean?
Luthor with an afro. My fellow Americans.
Just show up in your superhero outfit with a big, with something.
With a puffy fro.
Disguise. Some kind of disguise, you know what I'm saying? Anyway.
But I do like...
Women do it all the time. Yeah.
Most of the women heroes, if they don't wear their regular hair, it's a wig. Which also, I feel for their skulls because they should be hot as hell. Because you fighting in a wig.
Trying to say the universe.
In a wig. You patting it down. You like, ooh. They're like, Black Canary, what's wrong? This track is loose. So, yeah, that was that. Also, we got the Swamp Thing trailer. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
Are you for it?
I'm almost always for Swamp Thing just because I love limited places that are big places. Meaning, like, he's in a swamp. He's mostly restricted to chilling out in the swamp.
Yeah.
But the swamp is the nexus of realities.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So the swamp is an insular small place, but it can be so many other places.
It can be so many other places.
And it has so much significance. I dig that about it all the time. At the same time, it's almost like if John Matrix from Commando lost all his guns and he's just wandering around in the swamp snapping people off, smacking them up. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, what's the story? What's the greater story?
Yo, you ever realize how cheesy Commando actually is when you watch
That's
it?
what I'm saying. He was just smacking up. He beat a whole army. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even slick like John Wick. It was just like they was waiting their turn to get beat up, blown up.
Everybody was like, "Oh, Earl just got shot. Let me go and see what happened."
Right.
Like, fuck Earl. Yeah. So I'm for it though. I like the horror. I love the fact that James Wan is the EP on it. Right. I love the fact we got that horror element. The trailer made sure let you know,
right?
It's horror. The swamp fighting back basically is what the Swamp Thing story is.
And I love the fact that they limited the episodes. You heard about the story about how it might have been 10 and
it's 10 now. It was from 13 to 10.
13 to 10. Yeah.
Do you think that was? See, I want to know what the reasoning behind. I don't mind it being 10 episodes. I don't.
I don't care what the reasoning is.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because whatever happened to make it be that way, it look at the Netflix series. Most of the Netflix series, if they pulled up at a young 10 episodes,
everybody would have been okay.
Wow, this is nice.
Yeah.
And you might have said, "Oh, I want more. They should have made more." But that just be your stupid fan want, and that would make you want more. What they say? Leave them wanting more.
Leave them wanting more.
I don't know. Besides maybe Daredevil season 3, I don't know of anything that left me wanting more. I got as much as I
bro,
wanted.
hold on. Iron Fist season 2 left me. I mean, not Iron Fist. My bad. I'm sorry. In the name of Jesus, I'm sorry. Oh God, I'm so sorry.
You invoked the name of the Iron.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Hey, we don't say that name in this house.
You see my face, how scared I am of myself. Luke Cage season 2 left me wanting more. Because the ending of Luke running Harlem's Paradise.
Okay, I'll agree with that. I wanted to see more of that story.
Yeah,
that's
you know what I'm saying?
But I'm just saying, he had 15 fights with Bushmaster that could have been 13 fights.
Even calling me Bush. So here's a joke, real quick. This is a joke, but it's the truth. After watching that second season of Luke Cage, I said, any woman I talk to that asks me, do I like going down on women? I'm be like, them calling me Bushmaster. Them calling me Bushmaster. It's horrible. I know.
Just no fire, please. Don't get burnt. Because, boy, that Bushmaster was a burning motherfucker.
They give him a night shit. Till I come down.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's just, he's basically giving me super soldier serum.
Give me super soldier plant for the black woman. Tell the black girl with the doctor to agree to make the plant.
Dude, that was really funny.
So you and I had this discussion last night when we were talking about it, when we set this up to come down and do this. Like, you've fallen off the Arrowverse.
Yeah.
And you say you haven't seen it. So Legends of Tomorrow is arguably one of my favorite shows because it has no rules and it gives no shits. There's no canon for it to follow.
I mean, Legends was the very last one to go. Legends was like holding on to me and my girl.
Okay.
It was holding on to me and my girl for a very long time, and then she just got too busy, and
Understandable.
Boom. So, you know what I'm saying? Because I was going to be cheating on her, watching this shit by myself all of a sudden.
I want to talk about this, you relationship people. I can't finish the series without my girl. Why? Because she going to think I'm cheating on her, and then we might break up because I watched season 8 and we was on season 6 together. I watched episode 8 and we was on 6.
It's not a diss to this shit, but to me, the CW genre is not worth me having any hassle over at this point. I don't need to be hassled in my home over anything CW related.
Okay, I respect.
I snuck away to see John Wick today, and I'm gonna hear it. But guess what? It's worth it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't about to be sitting in John Wick next to you going, oh, he stabbed him in the, oh, yeah. I'm in the theater by myself having fun the first time.
I respect it, but to get what happened, Legends. Basically, this is the penultimate episode for them. It's just gotten crazy. Now Constantine is in hell making deals with the devil, literally.
Huh. That's
He's trying to get back the soul of Ray Palmer and this young girl Astra who he let go away. Nora Dark is in there and they made her the fairy godmother, which is crazy. It's just a lot of stuff. There's a dragon that's gonna hatch. And here's why I love that Legends. Legends will always, no matter what, troll whatever is the biggest thing happening.
Yep.
For seasons, they've trolled Marvel on purpose.
Yep.
Now they are trolling Game of Thrones.
Yep.
And I fucking love it.
I mean, like I said, that was my favorite one throughout the entirety of when they were all pretty good, including The Flash. Flash was a better show as far as being well made for a lot of the time, in my personal opinion. But I always came back to Legends because, like you said, no fucks given. We could have any type of adventure. The Time Bureau being on their asses all the time. The boss that's always telling McGarnacle to turn in his gun and badge. They made that sing for season upon season.
Yes,
with
they did.
The Time Bureau. You know what I'm saying? So, like, hats off to that show.
So, yeah, the season finale is next week. I'll see what happens with that. Arrow season finale happened this past week. And let me just say this, for the lack of better words. It was very lackluster to me. It was no real action. It was real soft. This whole season seemed like it was not about Oliver. It was about everybody else.
Trying to make sure they're all okay.
Yeah.
In the aftermath of him abdicating the Arrow throne.
Yeah, well, but now he has it back again. He's back Arrow. And then we have flash forwards with his daughter and his son in the future. And things that add up. Basically, they wrote... Look, I know some of the team over at Arrow personally. I got nothing but love for Beth and everybody. Beth and all the writers. I have nothing but love for y'all. And I'm assuming you guys wrote this whole season thinking this was it.
Right.
This was it. Right. Because the way it ends is this is it. But I feel like there should have been more of an end than just saying, here's a happy ending.
Right.
Because now you've painted yourself into a corner because you have another season, even though it's only 10 episodes. We know your finale goes into the crossover and Oliver's going to die. It's no ifs, ands, buts about that. Stephen Amell has already said that's how Oliver should go out. Death. Cool. I just feel like there was more I wanted out of that.
I am Arrow Man. You know?
Arrow Man?
Yeah, that's what they're going to do.
He going to have an infinity arrow?
Yeah. They're going to call them the cosmetology stones or some shit.
This one is rouge. This is blush. This is concealer. This is toner.
These are all the shades of the universe that make up the universe. Boom. There you go.
This is the Rihanna Fenty collection. You must take.
Take of the salted caramel rouge foundation. Anyway, so the point is, yeah, I like I said, I loved it when they were going strong. Their stunt teams were very strong.
Yes.
Then I felt as though the stunt team aspect of it fell down a little bit.
Okay.
But I also love Deathstroke. I don't think you can match Deathstroke. You know, yeah, of course.
Everybody who knows me, Mr. Mirakuru is the reason. Hey, look, I'm a grown man with Slade Wilson as the picture on the backdrop of my phone.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the one. You know what? It's stuff like that that keeps us from being enemies. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking, we're so similar that we got to have things that we really keep in touch with. Because Slade Wilson is my boy.
Yes, he is.
I remember reading a comic of Deathstroke where he smacked up Batman, and I was just like, I had the exact opposite reaction I had when Gambit smacked up Wolverine. Because Gambit smacking up Wolverine didn't feel earned.
But Deathstroke smacking up Batman felt all the way.
When I saw Batman be like, we gonna knuckle up on this ledge, I ain't got nowhere to jump, I ain't got no bombs to throw, we just gonna throw down. And Deathstroke was like, are you sure, bro?
You gotta hit somebody with the hand. You really?
Are you sure? Because like, if it was a trickeration battle, you could have some sort of chance. But if we just gonna fight on a 3x3 area, I'm sorry, bro, I'm gonna fuck you up. And Batman was like, let's see. And it was like, bip, bop, bip. It's like, oh, damn.
Well, damn.
Yeah, but anyway, so like, he is a evil Captain America almost, like a super soldier.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
That's gone down another path. I love him, and I hope one day he gets a good, on screen.
Well, he's going
besides Arrow.
Well, now he's going to season 2 of Titans.
Yep.
He'll be on season 2 of Titans, and they're bringing in his daughter and son. So they're bringing in Ravager and Jericho. So we're getting those. Speaking of the Flash, though, going back to the Flash with its season finale, they did all of this to make Eobard Thawne the big bad of the season, which I'm so mad. You did this whole cicada thing, which also, I don't like Chris Klein as Cicada. I didn't like it. It's, I gotta help Grace, metahumans, cause problems. Like, I fucking hated it so much. I did. But Nora, and they ended up stopping Thawne, and in the process, they made a new timeline where Nora disappears and dies. At the end, the newspaper article written by Iris that we'd all seen from the beginning about the Flash disappearing in the crisis from 2024 changes its date to 2019. It lets you know it's coming later this year. Yeah, so...
Sorry for that lackluster reaction. Obviously, DC, let's just be real. Me personally, I have to respect everything they've done in television.
Absolutely.
Because frankly, I don't think Marvel's fucking with them in the television department, even if you count Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as a good show.
Yeah.
Marvel still seems like as far as a cohesive universe, they got that on lock. And DC also has animation on lock, so
this is very true. DC animation is phenomenal. There's nothing else I can say it. So that's the end of the actual CW universe. Doom Patrol. So Doom Patrol is the penultimate episode. Also, I won't go into full in-depth review on this. I'm going to direct you over to my YouTube channel where you can catch the YouTube review with myself and Winston A. Marshall. Go to youtube.com/Mr. J. Washington. All right. Now it's that point in time where, as I tell you guys every single week, you can call into the Mad Titan Podcast hotline, 818-276-6947, 818-276-6947. And if you can't call, you can email me at madtitanpodcast@gmail.com, madtitanpodcast@gmail.com, and I may answer your questions or your calls here on the hotline. And I think I got a call we're going to go to right about now.
Mr. Washington, it's Sean Paez from North Carolina. First off, just wanted to say thank you for everything that you do. You make my drive to work a little bit easier every week. I wanted to know what you thought of the theory of when Cap went back and dropped the Soul Stone back off, if that would bring Black Widow back. That's the theory I've heard. It would be a cheap way to bring her back, but with the movie coming up, it is a theory, so I wanted to hear your thoughts on it. Second question, and probably more important to me anyways, when the hell are you coming to North Carolina? I know I've asked you a couple times, and I keep bugging you about it. I'm going to keep bugging you till you come, man. Other than that, great show. Keep up the good work, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.
All right, thank you to Sean Pius for your call, man. So, when Captain America went back to drop off the Soul Stone, why does that not bring back Black Widow automatically? Well, you got thoughts on that? You want to go first or what?
All I'm saying is they have established through the movie that people who died as a result of time shenanigans don't come back. If you come back to a time where that person is there, you could grab them and take them up somewhere. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like people who die in the midst of this do not. They'd be a different person from a different timeline. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can't save anybody. You know what I mean? And plus, there's obviously catastrophic effects of that particular timeline if you do save people and shit like that. You know what I mean? So, to me, it's not a problem.
Well, one of the big things I remember them saying was, it's an everlasting sacrifice, no matter what.
Exactly.
It's an everlasting sacrifice. So if you die due to the Soul Stone, it doesn't bring you back, even though you replaced the stone. The death is permanent. And yeah, it's a very cheap way to bring her back. The only way that I think would work is the same way they've done with Gamora. How they took the 2014 Gamora. Oh, yeah, by the way, if you ain't seen Endgame already, fucking spoiler alert. Oh, Jesus. Because some people be mad. You ain't saying spoiler alert. Man. I don't know. Maybe everybody hasn't seen the movie's made almost $3 billion. Everybody's fucking seen it. But yeah, maybe if they do it the way they did it with Gamora, the 2014 Gamora, that's the only way I can see that. Also, to answer your second question, Sean, when am I coming to North Carolina? Well, I'm hoping that your comedy clubs out there will hit me up. I've tried to hit them up to no avail. So you got to hit up Good Nights, all the ones out there that you would like for me to come, the Comedy Zone and more. Hit up your local comedy club. Tell them you want Jay Washington to come out there. The more the fans request me at their clubs, the more the clubs have to sit there and say, well, who is this dude that they want to see? Yeah. And that's how that works. So it's really on, as much as it's on the comic and the artist to try to perform there and hit up the club, it's on you, the people, the paying customers, man. I would love, I've been to North Carolina twice for the North Carolina Comedy Arts Festival, and I had a blast out there. I was in Chapel Hill. So I would love to come back out there, man. I just want the clubs to make it happen. Well, matter of fact, I need you, the people, to make it happen. So I appreciate your call, Sean Pius. I got a couple of emails, all right? Let me go to one of these emails. Where was it? R-A-T, blah, 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 blah. Here's a good question. This is from Joseph Ashley. Joseph's a regular listener. I appreciate you. He says this: do you think Georgia laws will hurt production for future MCU movies? I know they use Tyler Perry's studio and others out there. Just wanted to know your take on it. Now, this definitely ties into the recent controversy of most of the southern states banning abortion, which has really been a big issue. As a father of a daughter, as a man who respects the women's right to have choice with their own body, it is a bunch of bullshit. Plain and simple. That should not be the case. If a woman cannot keep a baby for health reasons, or she cannot rightfully take care of this child and does not want it to affect her body, she should be able to have an abortion. That's how I feel, plain and simple. I have heard that Disney has slowly begun to pull out production for a lot of its projects already. Mm-hmm. If Disney pulls out as a whole, that will shatter Georgia's economy, primarily Atlanta, because they've been basing their economy off of them coming down to the film, making all these jobs and everything happens. Right. I think we're going to start seeing some of the big companies pull out. As far as production companies, I don't know how much it will affect the MCU movies as a whole, because that is a place where they can do bigger budget films. Black Widow, for instance, is going to film overseas, I believe, in London and other places. So that doesn't stop there. As much as I would like for it to affect it, where at the point where the studios pull out and the legislation is like, yo, we're messing up our state as a whole. Because, again, it's a stupid thing. And I have a whole lot of other thoughts on it. I can go into that in detail later. But I would rather, I don't know. I just don't know.
You'd rather what?
I'd rather see them all pull out and just force the hand of Georgia. I want to see all of Marvel, Disney, everybody big. Tyler Perry even.
Hey man, when we talk about abortion, don't be talking about pulling out. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work. But you know what? I would love for everybody to have the courage to do that. But I don't think. I mean, you see, even like Jordan Peele's woke as hell, and Jordan Peele's doing something in Georgia, but he and his partner are using those funds that they're gonna make. They're donating basically their fees, to fight those actions. No. But at the same time, it's like, okay, you know what I mean? It's like okay,
yeah, man. It's a slippery slope. Again, I've had personal thoughts on this, and I've said it from the beginning about all this stuff that's happening. I've told people from jump after the election, the writing was on the wall that it was going to happen. It's unfortunate it's come to fruition. I think now money is the all-powerful ruler, no matter what. Money rules all of this at the end of the day. And these southern states, their economy has been booming because of productions like this. Atlanta, specifically Georgia, makes a killing because now it's cheaper to film down there.
Right.
I think these companies who say they're so open, they want to be they're part of this struggle, they want to be part of this fight, need to take a stance. As a diehard fan of the MCU, if that puts films on hold, I don't give a shit.
Well, but also, a lot of the time that we don't film in California is as topographically as diverse as a place like Georgia.
Yes, it is.
If you look at it from the tippity top to the bottom, it's just topographically diverse.
Yes, it is.
So put your money where your mouth is. Give yourself some damn tax incentives to make, because you know how anybody makes a film below a certain budget now. Anyway, it's discounts.
Yep.
Yo, you got a dolly track. You got this. You got that. Oh, my man's a key grip. You know what I'm saying? And a vending machine salesman, but mostly a key grip. You know what I'm saying?
And a vending machine salesman.
All these different things. That's how you make stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before you got $100 million. So I don't understand why we can't all start as a state, if we so woke, giving ourselves a break and film more stuff here. I know those people in Humboldt County would love to be in the forest with that doubling for Wakanda. I know they'd love that.
Man, there's so many places they can do it. We'll just have to see. The question is so multi-layered, Joseph. It's such an extensive answer behind it that it would almost be its own podcast within itself, to be quite honest with you. But I do thank you for that, and I appreciate everybody who calls in. Again, Sean, thank you. If you want to call, 818-276-6947. Here's the deal. If you live outside of the United States and you want to leave a voicemail call, you can record that call on your phone. Email it to madtitanpodcast@gmail.com, and I still will be able to play it for you. So go ahead and do that, all right? I think that is about all I've got for the week. First and foremost, let me say thank you to my guest, Ed Greer. Bro, I appreciate you a million, man, for coming through, talking shit.
My 3,000?
Hey, man, no, I'm not trying to cry on here. I'm not trying to start, no.
Man, you said I was going to get some cheeseburgers, though.
Nope, see? Nope.
Dude, that's a new game. That's like, it's called Kevin Smith and people.
Yep.
You just really trying to make them cry with anecdotes.
Just like, man, I love you 3,000, dude.
It's like, dude, that's going to be the new Martha. How do you know that name?
Oh, bro.
Fool's going to be telling in the streets. But anyway, I thank you very much for having me on. Can I do plugs?
That's what I want you to do, all that, bro.
Bet. Ed Greer Destroys on Twitter. I don't have nearly as many followers as Jay Washington. I'm trying to learn from the sensei. I'm going to snatch the Twitter pebble from his hand one day and try to figure out how to get all these followers. Because, boy, you're doing it, Mad Titan.
Hey, man, it's a hard thing. It's a grind. I'll tell you about it.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, but like, give yourself some props. And I was on the new Negroes, second episode, Criminality, because I seem like a real criminal. It's on the Comedy Central app and Comedy Central if you have the channel and you have on demand. And lastly, I'm on Screen Junkies every Wednesday. They call it Wednesday with a capital ED in there. It's kind of goofy, but like they like to have me on Wednesdays. We talk about a lot of topics like this. And it's a broad panel, and also my podcast, Nerd Goat Podcast, where we're going to have you on. We're going to do a deep dive into your favorite fictional character.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm all for that.
Yeah, that's what and what we're trying to do is just get super deep on why you identify with a certain character, because everybody can wax philosophical in this community. You know what I'm saying, about a certain character, and tell all the favorite stories and stuff. But when it really gets down to it, and we get down to the nitty gritty of why somebody likes a character, there's all type of abandonment issues and shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And just, you know, all these different things that come out that's very cathartic and cool. But it ain't like we try to make people cry like Barbara Walters and stuff. It's like we really get into the root of why you like stuff.
Why do you hurt so much? My puppy. When I was 6.
And that's why you like John Wick. You know what I mean? So yeah, so we're just trying to get to the root of why people like characters, and like have people. It's finally wrapping up. It's about liking stuff.
Yeah.
It ain't about not liking stuff.
All right, man.
I think that's what's trying to be our contribution. It's about liking shit, not liking shit.
Appreciate that, man. That's dope. And like I said, whenever you let me know, I'm available. Let's do it.
Yep.
Always, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. J Washington, MRJAY. You should know how to spell Washington. I told y'all that. I'll go back to it again. YouTube.com/JAY Washington 80. That's the YouTube channel. Join my Supervillain squad on Patreon, man. Join the squad. I got a bunch of exclusive stuff. Speaking of the squad, I want to give shout out to my members. My newest member, Greg Morshig, excuse me. Welcome to the squad, bro. Appreciate you. Thank you for joining the board. To the other members of the squad, Adelaide, Adelia Chamberlain, King J. Brown, Brandon Buckingham, California Joe, DJ Snacks, John Mariano, LK, Marcus Burton, Mikey Lito, Paisley Darts, Rui Rueda, and Steve Tozen. I appreciate you all. Go and join the squad, man. It's only $5. I'm putting a bunch of exclusive content up there. You're going to catch me talking shop with people and just talking shit, just getting comfortable and relaxed, as well as a lot of deep dives and deep thoughts on other stuff as well. Make sure you are rating and reviewing this podcast wherever you are listening to it at. Rate and review. What that does is it puts it up higher in the algorithm. More people see this, more people find this on their own, and please share it as well. I want to thank everybody that has been listening, everybody showing love, everybody that's been passing and spreading the word, including my guest, Ed Greer, man. I appreciate you all so much. I will holler at you guys next week. Till then, take care. I'm out of here. Peace.